This is the Fredericksburg Neighbors Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Dory Stewart.
Welcome back to another episode of the Fredericksburg Neighbors Podcast, where we feature stories of local legends in the Fredericksburg area. Today, we'll be hearing from local legend and children's book author, Mora Soan. Mora, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Dory. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining me on the podcast today. I'm excited to dive in and learn all about you. So let's start off. Can you tell us about your books?
Well, I'm a self-published children's book author, and I wrote 3 books actually. My first one is Jacob in Japan, followed by Jacob in Canada, and my newest one is Jacob in Korea. What makes this book so special about it is that my daughter, Lana and her best friend Yewon are the illustrator. And the best thing is, like, I don't have to pay them. I just give them cupcake and they're good with it. Yes.
That's awesome. I love that. It's so nice to be able to incorporate your children in your passion project. So tell us about the characters. Give us a little bit of background, what's happening in the books. What can readers expect?
Jacob is a little gnome that I travel with actually because it's happened in 2019 when I went back home for the first time in Cambodia after 37 years. So on my way to Cambodia, I have a layover in Japan, and I knew it's going to be a long vacation without my kids, so I'm gonna miss them. And my daughter's like, "Mom, can you take the little green gnome and, when you go along, snap a picture of him and, send it to me?" And it's a way to keep connected. And that's what I did. And that later, Jacob become, it's inspired Jacob the Gnome, the series.
I love that. That's such a great background. I love it. So walk me through, you had that experience in the airport and traveling, and then what made you decide, you know what, I want to write a book. Tell me a little bit about your journey.
Actually, I came back and I was like, "Oh, Lana, I have so much fun, and I want to tell all my story to my daughter."
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Oh, that's fantastic, And I say, "Well, you're a good illustrator. Why not combine your skill with my, ability to write? And we can, just write a story about traveling gnome, and we share a story to different places that we go together. So now on, it's like all little thing, mothers and daughter." So we travel together, we come back, and I write the story, she read over, she corrected, and then she illustrated.
I love that. I love that so much. Tell us a little bit about your background.
My background, actually, I work as a paraprofessional at Kate Waller Barrett Elementary School. I love my job. I am like in my environment because I love kids so much. And I also read story for them. So, and I do a lot of gardening. I'm a mom. Like, being a mom is the best thing that I really enjoy it because, I get unconditional love from them. And it's just something I really enjoy doing it.
That's amazing. Well, the students at Kate Waller Barrett are lucky to have you.
Oh, thank you.
That's amazing. Okay, so when you're not in the schools or writing books, what are you doing for fun?
Actually, I own a real garden in my backyard. My husband and I, we grow a lot of vegetable. We have zucchini, okra, we have berries, we have fruit tree, we have apple tree, persimmon, Asian pear. We have flowers. It's like Jacob the Gnome. He has a garden on his rooftop. I have mine in my backyard,
Wow.
And I love gnome as well. So.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I love it. I bet it's beautiful. So you live in Stafford. So tell me, what is it that you love about living in the Stafford, Fredericksburg area?
Actually, I see, this is my 22 years, and I see Stafford growing so much, it's this, the market, the little free market the grocery store. I love the antique shop in Fredericksburg downtown. I go there often with my daughter. We just, stroll all around. I also love the restaurant. I go with my husband. La Petite Auberge is one of my favorite because it reminds me of, France and Montreal, the bistro, the coffee shop. I mean, I think Fredericksburg and Stafford is a good place to raise family. Yes.
I agree. I agree. I've lived in Stafford since '98 and raised my kids here, and I agree. And our restaurant game is stepping it up every day. I feel like there's another great new restaurant in
Yeah,
the
it's like
Fredericksburg
the
area.
restaurant is popping up like mushroom,
Yes.
like yes,
Yes. We are lucky. We are lucky, that's for sure.
yes.
So if someone came to you and said, "Hey, Maura, I'm thinking about writing a book," what advice would you give them?
I didn't do a lot of research, read a lot of book about your genre. And
Mm-hmm.
also, you can Google online. There's a writing group that you can belong to. You can also go to the library. That's what I did. There's a free writing group. And also, I also part of I think it's called the Riverside Writers. And yeah, I think just do what you love and just put it out there. Don't be afraid to express, your whatever you want to express, just
Mm-hmm.
put it out there.
That's really great advice. Just take
Yes.
the leap. I
Take
love it.
the lead of faith.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I love it. So, do you find that there's any myth or misconceptions either about your books or about being an author of children's books?
I think most people think, oh, writing children books is easy, but it's actually very hard because you have to make a story that is short,
Mm-hmm.
engaging, and also you have to find a good illustrator. I'm like I say, I'm lucky to have two actually, a best friend, and you have to use simple words, and it has to be repetitive, so kids can remember, and just writing something that kids can relate
Mm-hmm.
to.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
No, it is a lot harder than it looks. And you're right, kids do love repetition, and it helps them remember it and then want to come back to it. Because kids are so funny. Look, you always ask them, what do you want to watch on TV? They always say the same things. They want to watch the same movie over and over. They want to watch the same show over and over. And if they love a book, they're going to want to read it over and over again.
Yes, yes, and illustrator, like you have to find the right one because as kids read with their eyes first.
Yeah.
They see it, they love it. That's how you get their attention.
Hmm. What is something that you wish the listeners knew about you or about your books?
Well, like Jacob is a little gnome that traveled through different country. Right now, he's in Japan, Canada,
Mhm.
and Korea. And through his adventure, he learned to be kind, respectful, and courage. So Jacob also make friend along the way. So you can see the character changing into a better person.
I love that.
Yes.
So much. So the kids can get so much from reading your books.
Yeah, and I think all kids can rely on, like relate to.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love that. I love that. Thank you for writing these books
Oh,
and
you're welcome.
bringing
It's my
this.
pleasure.
Yes, bringing this to the kids. So if the listeners want to buy a book or connect with you, where's the best place to find you?
Well, right now I'm on Amazon. You can
Mhm.
also find me at Barnes and Noble. I am also at the library, in every library in Stafford and Fredericksburg. And you can see me at the MCX Exchange. And I'm also, if you want to contact me personally at my Facebook, Mora Soan. And also I have my Instagram at Jacob _the_ no. And yeah, you can just email me. I'm all
Amazing.
over the place.
You're everywhere. You're everywhere.
Yes.
I love it. Well, Maura, we are so lucky to get to have a local author like you in the Fredericksburg area. Thank you so much for joining me on the podcast and sharing Jacob the Gnome with us.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet with you, Dory, finally.
I know.
Yes, see you in person. Not really in person, but see you. It's very, it's wonderful.
Yes. This has been fun. Thank you.
Thank you to you too.
Thank you for listening to the Fredericksburg Neighbors Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to fxbgneighborspodcast.com. That's fxbgneighborspodcast.com or call 540-534-4618.